Done.
One turnover, one bad pass, one good play, one misplay by the goaltender. It's like, oh yeah, we lost. It's like we dominated. Yeah, but you're out. You lose.
Right.
Go home. It's
very abrupt.
It's abrupt.
Yeah.
I can't imagine the emotional, like just watching it on TV is okay, they got it. Oh, man, this is a little closer than I wanted. Oh my, what the heck's going on to, they're going to lose.
You can lose fast.
We won.
Yeah. You can lose quick in hockey. If they get hot, you can't stop them, and all of a sudden your goaltender can't make a save. And it goes from a laugher to I'm scared to death to I'm behind and we need a miracle. And I think you saw all that in one game.
Exactly.
You really did.
You saw all of it in the span of a few minutes.
A few minutes.
It was a wild, wild night at Crypto last night. The Kings win game 1 of the series 6-5. They take a 1-0 lead. Joining us right now, the head coach of the Los Angeles Kings, Jim Hiller.
Well, you'd think I slept more after winning a game, but I'll tell you what, a little tired, I would tell you that.
I would imagine so, Jim. I was just telling DeMarco, tell me the range of emotions from a 4-goal lead to you're up 3 goals, middle of the third period, to it's 5-5. What the heck just happened to my hockey team? Take me through it.
Yeah, well, you know what? I thought we just started a little slow, but then clearly we got ourselves going through the second period and felt really good about how we were playing. And really good about the team as everybody was working, and we were on it. And then had some chances to just really put them away and just missed, and then it changed pretty quickly. There's no question. So I just give our team a ton of credit to have the resolve after as disappointed as we were, because we missed those empty nets too. Don't forget that.
Sure.
Just really ice it. The resolve to have to go through that and then get right back at it. And good things, good karma, I think. We've got a good team with a good spirit. The guys really like each other. And I think some nights you get rewarded for something bigger, for just being a good guy and a good teammate. And I think maybe that was the last goal just going our way.
Jim, what about that? Like you talk about, you just weren't able to knock them out, just weren't able to kind of put that last moment. And when they successfully killed that 5-on-3, and you guys were peppering Skinner with shots. It felt like one was going to go in eventually, and kind of say, okay, that's the end of at least for tonight. When they were able to kill off those 2 minutes, what was going through your head? Was because just we didn't get it. They still have a heartbeat, or we're still okay?
No, I'm with you. I thought if we could have got one right there, that probably would have been enough for us. But they have a really good team, and no lead is safe for them. I think over the last 3-4 years, they're probably the team in the league that's come back from being down in the third period more than any other team. And they got a couple of guys there that can make some of that happen on their own. So, yeah, I didn't think we had her in the bag at any point once they killed that off. Was disappointed to see it go in a couple times. But that's the craziness of sports. And hockey, I think hockey in particular, right? That things can change that quickly. But everybody in the building, coaches, trainers, fans, media, it doesn't matter who you are, I think you appreciate the effort of those 40 guys on either team.
And the environment. The environment was raucous, super loud. And I do wonder, what is the mindset when you have a game in hand, they come back, and then you get the victory. So what's the mindset going into game 2 after a win like this?
Well, you know what? It was an emotional night for sure, and the music was going on in the dressing room, and the guys, I could just hear the energy. They really, really were proud of themselves, having a moment, and it was awesome to be a part of. But shortly thereafter, you hit the showers, you get the ice bags, and you go start getting ready for what today is. It's kind of a reset day, and you haven't really done a whole bunch of anything. You got a long ways to go, so you have to park that mentality and just know that it's going to be all of that tomorrow night and more.
Kings head coach Jim Hiller joining us here on Trav and DeMarco. How much does it help having guys like Kopitar and Doughty on your team that have been through it a lot? And yes, last night was incredibly emotional, but we got another one coming up in about 24 hours from now. How much does that veteran leadership work into that?
Well, it really is. I mean, as the coach, you only got so much. You're with them for, really just a small portion of the day. You try to get your message across. And then, it's the guys in the room that carry that message for the rest of the day and on into the next game. And you just couldn't ask for two better guys than that. And let's not forget Joel Edmonton, who's a Stanley Cup winner, and Darcy Kemper as well, Trevor Lewis. So there's 5 of them in there that have been through the start of the battle right to the end. So I think what's nice for our team this year in particular is Drew and Kopi and Louis have two other guys there that really have strong voices.
When you said your players really like each other, I'm curious how the coach knows that, because usually when the coach shows up, we're on our best behavior. So, how do you know these guys really get along? Are they playing together, hanging out together? How do you know that?
Well, it's all those things. It's all those things, and I'm sure they've had plenty of times. And you can hear through the grapevine some of the stuff that they get up to and the laughs that they're having, and it's just great. I think it's really important. I think sometimes as coaches we try to control it too much, and I think coming together and having fun and doing some things maybe that you shouldn't when the coach doesn't know probably help the team more than hurt the team in the end. You can't be doing it all the time, but those moments are what build the team, and so. I just got the sense from these guys, I can see them laughing. They can see the sincere interactions, the laughter, the inside jokes. Those are all really, really positive things.
I guess if you're not punching each other in the face, that's good.
That's a good sign.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, you don't want that for sure, but then there's another level. You know what? You can all get along, but then you can really all just really dig each other. And I think that's what we got going there.
Jim Hiller, Kings head coach, after the Kings' huge 6-5 win last night against Edmonton. And of course, Jim, it had to be Edmonton, right? I mean, fourth year in a row, a team that is very difficult to put away, a team that's got Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, just two of the best players in the whole league. And the Kings have run into them 4 consecutive years now. When you saw the draw, when it was finally set in stone, were you thinking, yeah, here we go again? Or is it an opportunity that we're finally going to find a way through these guys?
Yeah, I think I would say the latter. We've known for some time it looked like these guys. I mean, probably with about a 90% probability for the last month. But every year, that's a different team. The players never stay the same, and sometimes it can be one player different, or 7 or 8. And in our case, it was a large turnover this year, and the team has its own identity. And so a lot of these guys haven't been part of this. Part of the previous series. So they're ready to go. They don't want to hear anything about the past. They're ready to get in there and beat them this year. And I think that's really helped just our team overall. It's just we've got some fresh guys here that don't really give a crap about what's happened in the past, and they want to take care of their moment right now.
What do you do with a player like McDavid? Every sport's got somebody on the other side that you are preoccupied with. You got to stop him. There's only so much you can do with a player, whether it's a Michael Jordan type or a Connor McDavid type. What is your approach, philosophically? Let him do his thing and we're going to stop everybody else, or do you just try your very best to limit the damage that a player like that can do to your team?
Well, I think it's that. I think he's gonna get his opportunities. He's going to touch the puck. You can't take him away all over the ice. I think the important thing is that you try not to make it one person's job, and you make it everybody on the ice's job in the end. That if somebody breaks down, we've got support, whether it's a second guy or a third guy in behind. And then ultimately, the guy with the pads on, he's your final savior back there. And one man or 2 or 3 probably aren't going to do it alone.
How important that you guys didn't take a lot of penalties last night, knowing that Edmonton power play the way that it is, that you guys did a relatively good job of not taking penalties?
Well, that's another point. Thanks for bringing that up. I guess that's the other thing you can do to try and limit those guys is when they're 5-on-5. That was what I was answering the question when it's 5-on-5. When 5-on-4 makes it even that much more difficult. So trying not to give those advantages, which last night I thought we did do a really good job of that. And I don't think there were too many times that that the referee or Edmonton was complaining about calls. I thought we were pretty diligent with staying within the rules.
Jim, the last one before we let you go, we're talking with Jim Hiller, the coach of the LA Kings. Do you have another old school quote locked and loaded, like a Will Ferrell line for your guys getting ready for the next one, or do you go to a different film?
Yeah, right. No, that would come out of nowhere. No, I try not to go down that path, to be honest with you, too many times. But there's some moments, and we've all seen these movies, and they're stuck in our head that that one just seemed to apply based on the line of questioning I was getting.
So you weren't Will Ferrell in that. You were not banging the chair against the lockers. You were in your shoes, right?
I'm trying not to be, but I'll tell you what. If you ask the guys, they might have a different version. You know what? When you're in the moment, you don't self-reflect maybe when the intensity is that high. But try not to, anyways. But I'm sure I've had my moments.
Kings are up 1-0. Game 2 tomorrow night at Crypto.com Arena against the Edmonton Oilers. Jim, congrats on Game 1, and we look forward to Game 2. Thanks a bunch.
Go get them.
Okay, great, guys. Look forward to talking to you as we go here.
Yeah, you got it. Me too.
Hockey